Hello, celebrity gossip enthusiasts. I'm Us Weekly's entertainment director, Travis Gordon, and you're listening to Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast. Luckily, I am here to break down all the celebrity news, but not by my lonesome self. We are joined by my two amazing co-hosts, Arbiter of Beauty and Style, Gwen Flamberg.
That's me.
And arbiter of dating, relationship shows, and just pop culture in general from the 2000s, Sarah Huron.
Hi, Travis.
Hello. Well, guys, we have so much huge news to catch up on. We've got surprise pregnancies, huge engagements, all the big life decisions, births, deaths, we got them all. But let's start with our woes of the week. These are the stories that just made an extra special impact on our host this week and caused them to really reel back. Sarah Huron, what made you go whoa this week?
Honestly, so much made me go whoa this week. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Us Weekly exclusive that Northwest and Maxwell Johnson are BFFs. I don't know if you saw this,
Amazing.
but we caught up with
That's everything.
Queen Jessica Simpson.
Maxwell Johnson.
What?
Who is Maxwell Johnson?
Jessica Simpson and Eric Johnson's daughter.
Oh my God, I did not know.
Of course, little Maxie.
Johnson. I love Maxwell, obviously. And now I really love that they're BFF. I want to go on a play date with them. Do you think that would be creepy?
A little bit, but I think you could make it work. I think you could totally make it work. You're the cool aunt. But yeah, we caught up with Queen Jessica Simpson, the open book author herself. And she told us that Eric, her husband, coached their softball league. How do I get to Northwest and Maxwell Johnson's softball? If I'm going to watch a sporting event, it's going to be that one. So quick shout out there. But my real woe is just the ultimatum. I don't know if you guys are watching the show from the creators of Love is Blind, but these people are some of the most unhinged people that have been on reality television in a long time. And that's saying something. I watch everything. And specifically Madeline and Colby, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the reunion, they pretty much hate each other throughout the whole show. And not only do they get married in the finale instead of just getting engaged, she's pregnant and about to pop with a baby girl in real time. So insanity. The whole show made me go, whoa. I watched the screeners a few weeks ago, so I've been waiting for the world to catch up. And now I'm just mind blown that these two are not only still together, but having a baby. And what a wild ride to get to tell your daughter that just before mommy and daddy got married, we lived in trial marriages with other people. Daddy cheated on mommy with someone who wasn't even in the experiment. But then you came 3 months later and we're just so happy. Yay.
Wow. I mean, that show really is just a whole woe and a whole mess. I'll take 5 seasons. Gwen, what made you go whoa this week?
Guys, Travis Barker did something this week that was not devoted to Kourtney Kardashian. I was totally whoa, what is happening? But he did something that I fully appreciate and I might even follow. He got a tattoo for Foo Fighters' late drummer, Taylor Hawkins, who I have always had the hugest crush on. It's a little piece of art on his foot that says Hawk Forever. He got it done by tattoo artist Mark Mahoney. And of course, Kourtney was looking on. It was all shared in a series of Instagram pics. But of course, we've got the details. You guys go to usmagazine.com/stylish to see the piece of art and also all celebrity ink. You guys know that I guest on this podcast simply just to do shameless promotion.
That
stylish.
We did know. Wow, where did he come up with those groundbreaking words for this tattoo? How could someone be so creative? Hawk for life. Well, my woe this week is Heidi Montag. She was really interesting me in all the wrong ways this week because she was sharing photos of her from single-use jeans, and there were pictures of her floating in water, and it was then there were paparazzi pictures that came out of her taking off her jeans after wearing them and throwing them in the trash. Luckily, it turns out that this was a Four Oceans, actually environmental savvy promotion that talked about you don't use single-use denim, so why would we use single-use plastics for water bottles? But those 2 days before that was announced, where I thought Heidi Montag was hawking single-use jeans, was just is a strange time in my life. But luckily, we are past that. She is not selling single-use denim, even though I wish she sort of was.
It was a very ill-conceived campaign, I have to say, because it's I'm sure there were plenty of people who didn't dive deep into what the campaign was, and they're all yeah, I can have single-use jeans. Like, let's take fast fashion to an even more environmentally damaging level. But of course, Heidi Montag had to do her part for the environment with a thirst trap, like taking off her jeans over and over and over again. Whatever, to each their own.
Bless you for it, Heidi. Well, let us bust into some of the news. Now, we've seen engagements announced a lot of different ways, but this is the first time I've seen it in a newsletter. So J-Lo shared the news that her and Ben Affleck are engaged on the J-Lo newsletter. In a message to fans, it included a clip of Jennifer Lopez admiring her huge, do they call it a fancy green diamond? I think a fancy green diamond they call it. It's extra fancy. A green stone on her finger. It came after she teased a major announcement with a video on social media that same night, and way to, get your newsletter out there. And Jennifer Lopez revealed that she was taking a bubble bath when Ben Affleck proposed. She said, quote, Saturday night while at my favorite place on earth, in the bubble bath, my beautiful love got down on one knee and proposed. She titled this How It All Went Down and said that she was taken totally off guard in the moment. The video very much shows that. She said, I just looked in his eyes, smiling and crying at the same time, trying to get my head around the fact that after 20 years, this was all happening all over again. I was quite literally speechless. And he said, is that a yes? And I said, yes, of course, that's a yes. Now she was crying when Ben asked her to marry him, and it made it so romantic. And, she said it was just a quiet Saturday night at home, two people promising to always be there for each other, two very lucky people who got a second chance at true love. She talked a little bit about the ring, the fancy green diamond, don't call it just green. She said, green is my lucky color. She's like, obviously it'll be my lucky color forever now. It means so much when someone thinks about you and loves you and sees you. And it was just the perfect moment. And she added at the end, which I thought was really sweet. I feel so lucky. It's not often you get a second chance at true love. It's so nice. It's so nice.
Very, 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 very sweet. Now, a note about the diamond. All colored diamonds are called fancy. Whatever
okay, thank
it
you.
is, like a fancy yellow diamond or a fancy pink diamond. Speaking of pink diamonds, I personally believe that her pink diamond, the first ring from Ben Affleck, just is so much more beautiful than this green diamond. And I do have to say the interwebs agree. When I did a poll on my personal Instagram, which by the way, guys, is Gwen_beauty in case you want to follow. I got more answers on that poll than to any other poll I'd ever done. And it was like 92% favored the pink. And it was upwards of 800 people who voted for the pink, which I never get. My polls, maybe I get 300 people total. So I think people feel really strongly about this ring not being like the best of all of her engagement rings, but maybe this love truly is the best. I did hear from a diamond expert that apparently the green diamond is the most rare of all diamonds. And at one time, not currently, but at one time, the value was $1 million per carat. So, of course, it's the most rare ring, which probably also translates to the most expensive expression of love that Ben could have gone for. I'm really floored by it. I do really think that it is really beautiful, this like second shot at love. I just hope that, most ordinary people don't go back to their exes because of this.
Yeah, I too did a poll on my Instagram. Didn't get quite 800 responses, but I got a decent amount. And mine was all 6 rings. I tried to maneuver. And the overall favorite on my poll was the A-Rod ring.
Yeah,
as people
that
say
A-Rod ring was gorgeous.
I think it's also because it's the biggest and it's kind of more like a classic ring.
Flashy.
Yeah. I agree. I like the pink ring a lot. And I actually don't hate the green ring just because it's ring number 6. Like at this point, we got to do something cool. You know what I mean? If I were JLo, I would have wanted the pink ring back and the green ring to have options. Maybe she does. We don't know. As far as the newsletter is concerned, again, yes, I wish these two the best. I think that it is a wildly fun story to follow. I think it's a beautiful story to follow. I think there's so much we still don't know. Like, I need more about the blended family. I need that Jennifer Gardner Vogue cover I've been asking for forever with her reaction. I need a lot more from this, but it's still giving so much. But on the JLo, while a beautiful execution of a blog name, love it, a newsletter announcement, it's not doing it for me here.
It's not lackluster. I agree.
Yeah, on a Friday night, just go on Instagram. Like, if you're not going to do something over the top, just post on Instagram like a normal person. Like, collecting people's emails feels cheap to me. Like, you're better than this, JLo. Like, what are we doing? And I just, it kind of ruined it a little bit for me. And also, she was in the bathtub, which I understand maybe is, like, her special place. So do you think it's because she was in the bathtub so they couldn't get like any good photos of the moment because like she was naked? So that's why I went to the newsletter?
No, I think the newsletter, she directed traffic to the newsletter because she wanted to capture that data. We know exactly why she did it.
Right.
And I agree with you. It does feel a little cheap. It does feel a little manipulative of her fans for her personal gain. However, I do also I always applaud a celebrity when they manage to pull off telling their own narrative.
True. It didn't leak. There was a picture on TMZ of her with a ring on that finger. So I think it might have like propelled her to post it, but no one knew what that ring, no one was sure. But I also think that a picture of JLo like in the bathtub with the ring would have just like really broken the internet. So I think it was a missed opportunity here.
Yeah, I would have signed up for the newsletter if it had a picture of her in the bathtub with the ring on. Same. I would be happy on the JLo.
Do you think they're going to have like a big crazy wedding, or do you think they're going to go Kravis style Vegas but legally, or do you think they're not just going to be engaged forever?
I think they're going to have a big, beautiful wedding with many wardrobe changes and all of those kids, that blended family in like amazing pictures. And Agreed. I can't wait for it. I'm really here for it. I feel
like it's going to be like in Italy too. I feel like they're really going to go big and take it international and not have like a Southern California wedding because she's had enough of those.
Into it.
All tea, no shade.
Like, honestly, the wedding will be perfect because she's had so many. Like, she knows everything. Anything she ever did wrong about a wedding, she can fix because it's number 4 or 5 or whatever the hell it is.
I think it's 4 of 6 engagements, but good for her for getting those Elizabeth Taylor and just collecting those engagement rings. I hope she, does voodoo spells with them, wears them around her neck.
Yeah.
Well, so happy for you, Benjamin. And don't forget to subscribe to the JLo newsletter. That's the biggest takeaway.
Us Weekly has a newsletter. If anybody is looking for more newsletter content, if you really liked On the JLo, head over to usmagazine.com and sign up for ours. Comes 4 times a day. Great content, really.
Yeah, they signed us all up without our permission. So great. and I'm not mad at it. It's honestly good just to see the subject line. So sign up for all of the newsletters. Apparently, it's just we are buzzing all about it.
Yeah, what year is it? It's all about a newsletter.
All about the newsletter. Well, let's move on to Hailey Bieber. I was so happy to see that Hailey Bieber clapped back at a bunch of, I don't know if we can call them trolls, that's a little aggressive, but people online who just can't stop talking about Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. So this is almost 4 years into Hailey Bieber's romance turned marriage to Justin Bieber, and she is imploring social media critics, that's a better word for it, to stop attacking her. In a candid TikTok video, Hailey said, "Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg you, truly. That's my only request." She says it again. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else, please. Hailey is seemingly referencing commenters who regularly compare her to Justin's ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez, whom he dated last in spring 2018, and they had a tumultuous on and off 10-year relationship. He began dating Hailey in June 2018 before they got married in September 2018. Hailey captioned this post, "This is for you guys in the comments every single time I post." Now, Selena Gomez has spoken out about this too, and she has said, "I am grateful for the response to her song that she released at the time. I'm so grateful. However, I do not stand for women tearing other women down."
Did she say this recently?
No, this was just the last time that she commented on this, right before the AMAs, where she talks about it. She says, again, be kind, please, please be kind. I don't like seeing people disrespectful or rude to one another. So please don't do that. What did you guys think about Haley's desperate plea after 11 leave me alones on her TikTok video?
I mean, obviously the plan wasn't for that to become now a TikTok sound, but it is. And it obviously gave me a lot of leave Britney alone energy. I feel bad for Hailey Bieber to some degree. I think it must be so freaking annoying. Selena Gomez has very, very dedicated fans. Please don't come for me, Salinators. But I also kind of think that it does give it more attention again. So I understand the frustration, but I honestly think that it's going to make it worse. And she should probably just filter her comments where Selena can't be posted.
Right.
I don't think this is going to work. And I think the proof is in the receipts, girl. You've been married for 4 years. What do you have to prove at this point? Ignore these people. You're literally Hailey Bieber. Your life is better than all of ours and we know it. It's fine.
Yes.
I feel bad for her. I think that she really just wants to post pretty pictures, and she's launching her, her Rhode skincare line. And I think she kind of wants a quietish life, but you marry Justin Bieber and the trolls are going to come for you. I feel for her.
I do too. I mean, it was so long ago that Jelena, they have been together for 4 years.
They've been married. It's not even they just have some tumultuous, they're married.
Right. It's not an on and off again. She is Hailey Bieber. These Jelena stands too. Also, what? Why are you holding this candle for them? They broke up so long ago. I get it. You can post throwback pictures of them, so you miss them, but it's just don't comment on Hailey Bieber's. She is a full wife. Also, you'd think Lose You to Love Me was Selena Gomez's big moment, right? And she kind of finally got to address all of this, and her voice sounds beautiful, and it's one of her more stronger songs and albums, and her first #1, and it was her moment. And then because they're her fans, you'd think they'd embrace she's moved on. This was that song is beautiful, and but it's closure. And so you would think that would be it, but I guess not. It's not. Well, maybe after this, it'll finally be it, but probably not.
I don't think so. I think this just adds fuel to the fire, but I'm sorry, Hailey Bieber. Maybe have Selena Gomez on your YouTube show, Who's in My Bathroom, and we'll be able to move past this national crisis.
I agree. That would really put it to bed, wouldn't it? Yeah. A video with the two of them. Well, Sarah Huron, what can you tell us? Are Meghan and Harry going to the Invictus Games? Are they already there? What's even happening?
Oh my God, major royal update, plot twist. So much is happening. I guess they got that security figured out because Harry and Meghan are across the pond. They are going to the Invictus Games, which is obviously Harry's pride and joy and charity. But before they do that, they stopped in and had a little moment with the Queen and I believe Prince Charles. They all met up secretly. And obviously, then I believe Harry and Meghan were spotted by random stars that are just like us, who then realized they were in London, and then it all tracked, and it was confirmed that they did in fact have a secret meeting with Charles and the Queen before the Invictus Games and starting all of that. So if things are happening, things are thawing. We don't know. Maybe it was just a courtesy, hey, you good? Who knows what went down? What do you guys think went down at that meeting?
I just hope it was any other, haven't seen you in a long time, Granny, let's soak up the moments we have together. What I think is so awesome, again, kind of like J-Lo's announcement, they pulled this off without anybody knowing. I've been at Us Weekly for 14 years, and I just have to say, it's it is so rare, as we know, for things to go down with celebrities that doesn't leak in some way, shape, or form, whether it's by their own doing or otherwise. So I think it's just really cool that they pulled it off. I hope they had some great times with the Queen. You know that I think that Harry should be spending a little bit more time with his dear grandmother. I would love to have been a fly in the room if they did see Charles and hear what transpired with that conversation. And even just what was the vibe? Was it warm? Are they, have they forgiven Charles?
Did he ask what color their baby is?
Oh my God. One of my favorite people in the beauty industry, a dear friend of mine, Daniel Morton, the makeup artist who worked with Meghan on her wedding day and has been a longtime actual friend of hers. On the gram, I just saw in his stories, he was heading to Europe. He did his little selfie in the car on the way to the airport, and then at the airport tagging his, Dior sneakers, his Dior weekender. And I was kind of like, oh, is he going to do a shoot for Dior? What is he going to Europe for? Well, lo and behold, today he posted from the Invictus Games. So obviously he is there to make Meghan look gorgeous. We know that this, red carpet event that they're going to step out to today, she is going to be serving some gorgeousness. And I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, this is such a big moment for them. We never thought they'd be going back to the UK, but we did sort of know that if anything was going to bring them over, it would be the Invictus Games, so close to Harry's heart, such a big part of, his identity and what he does. And veteran affairs are obviously really big for him since he himself is a veteran. Well, I can't wait to hear what came out of this meeting too. I'm just glad that they are sort of burying the hatchet and it's all getting better, because it wasn't sitting with me having this family rift for too long. But now we can all begin to feel...
note that they didn't say William was at the meeting, so
no. But it's really all about the Queen featuring Charles. Well, let's go into some closet confessions. This is talking about the Kardashians. They kicked off this week with their Hulu show. It has premiered. It is out there. So all the news that you've listened to on Hot Hollywood is now packaged and shiny and glossy for your viewing pleasure to watch, not in real time. Now, Kim Kardashian has revealed my favorite moment from the thing, that he has gone to lengths to help her with monologues and jokes, but she dropped another bomb. She said that Kanye is still obsessed with dressing her up. While out to lunch with Kourtney and Khloe, Kim reveals that Kanye, quote, says he wants to quit everything and dedicate his life to being my stylist. She says, I think he should do a little music, a little Adidas designing, and then
Khloe said that part.
Khloe says, I think he should do a little music, a little Adidas designing, and then he can do that on the side. Khloe said, but maybe Kanye wants to end his career and focus on Kim's wardrobe. Might be a little exaggeration, but that's sort of how Kim said it. Now, in the early 2000s, she said he would literally just send me random emails with all of these looks and what my style should be. And he'll send me so many reference pictures. So that's really always been our thing. There's also a side of me that wants total independence as well. And she says, I just want the outfits lined up in my room. I'm a robot. I will operate as such, she told them. And this was so interesting because he just is so obsessed with dressing her still. And when you look at the pictures of Kim before Kanye, I mean, he really did do a good job and completely changed her career just with the clothes on her back. I mean, this is not
literally the clothes on her back.
Literally the clothes on her back. So it's not something to be sort of taken lightly. He did have a huge impact in the reason that she's such a mega fashion star these days.
Yeah, I think that the Kardashians, as you know, I'm obsessed, and I love the new show. I think I've seen the first 2 episodes. The first one is out now. I think it makes a lot of sense to be following them a little bit more individually and have them come together. It feels much more real, besides the weird opening of let's go to Kim's. That part is obviously fake. Yeah. But everything else really feels real, and it feels like more documentary style. And it's just, I'm really liking it. And they were gone just long enough for me to miss them. And even though these are things that happened in October, I'm getting so far, I feel like I'm going to get the answers I want. And I like where we're picking up, because in Kim's Not Skinny But Not Fat interview, she revealed that there were 8 months where her and Kanye didn't really talk. So that's seemingly February until around this point when she went to the Donda show in August, and then he helped her at SNL. So we're at the spot where they're in a good place, but we obviously know what happens next. And it's almost yeah, it's so interesting to kind of get to watch it in retrospect. And I'm glad we picked up where we did, because it's a while ago, but it's at the point where I do still need these answers. So I'm loving where we're at with Kim, and I'm all the SNL behind the scenes stuff. It is funny. They're acting like hosting SNL is being crowned the Queen of England. It's a big deal, but they really are acting like she just undertook like she won the president or something. But I loved it. And you'll see some stuff in the second episode that's really good with Amy Schumer and jokes that they could have told but didn't, a little bit of those, which are nice. And I also think with the Khloe stuff, it's just going to be so interesting because of all the Tristan of it all, that he's very much there. He's still trying to win her back. But we know this woman, Marilee Nichols, this is October, because that's when Kim hosted SNL, gives birth the first day of December. So he has a 7 month pregnant mistress, baby mama, ex, whatever you want to call her. And he's saying all this stuff to Chloe on camera. I don't know if you saw that picture that's going around of when Kim finds the Roblox, like the sex tape thing that Saint finds. You see Tristan's face and people have zoomed in on it. And he clearly is freaking out because she goes to Chloe and it looks like she's like about to tell Chloe something, Tristan, like he got caught again. And the face says it all. And like, what a psycho to say the stuff he said on camera, knowing it's going to air when he knew what he was really going through behind the scenes. Like, it's mind blowing to me, this guy. Everyone stop sleeping with Tristan Thompson. Thank you.
Oh my God, that's an amazing sweatshirt.
Thank you.
I think that message really needs to be out there. Everybody, please stop sleeping with Tristan Thompson. It doesn't work out well for anybody.
It just doesn't. It really doesn't.
We know he doesn't love a condom. Just don't sleep with Tristan third trimester Thompson. Thanks to my hosts, Sarah and Gwen, for helping me spill all of this piping hot celebrity this week. Again, this is Travis Corona, Us Weeklies, with your weekly peek into the glamour, glitter, fashion, and fame of your favorite celebrities. Because after all, guys, you know what they really are.
They're
just like us.
They sure are. Thank you, guys. We'll be back next week with more news. It was such a big week for news, guys. We will be back next week. Thank you all for listening.